Hi, everybody. Thought I'd go through a little getting your money in the Philippines because I've run into a problem a couple of times here. Uh, I first came here, I could access my bank online, use my debit card, no problem, and no issues. About a month after I got here in November, late November, October, all of a sudden I couldn't get my bank online banking. I couldn't get to it. And what had happened is my bank did what they call an upgrade and kind of screwed me over because the upgrade to me was a downgrade. So here is the website for my bank. And if I try to log in, I'll hide that real quick here. And this is what I get. Sorry you've been blocked. Why have I been blocked? Blah, 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 blah. Come find out their new provider for their website was Blocks the Philippines. So I have no way to get into my online banking, which is a problem because I need to be able to get on there, check, see what bills have been paid, what I need to pay, and if the money is there. I get paid the first of every month from the Veterans Administration, and if the money doesn't make it, I don't know about it. I can't pay my bills or get a month of overdraft or everything just stops working and I got bill collectors coming after me because in the United States I still have a vehicle payment, electric bill, I keep my straight talk phone, gotta pay that for phone service and all that. And if I can't look at my bank account to see what's going on or if it gets hacked, I it's useless to me. So what I did, I downloaded a program. It's a browser called Opera. So Opera has a built-in VPN. The new provider for the bank had blocked Philippine connections. So if you had an IP from the Philippines, you can't get into your bank account. So the VPN tricked uh, the bank into thinking I was still in the United States and I was able to get in that way. Opera's got a built in VPN. You can turn it on and off and all that. It was made mostly for gamers, but for this purpose it worked. If you have to buy a VPN, they're expensive and I don't trust them all that much. All they really do is hide your IP address and there's still workarounds for that. A hacker can get around it. So anyway, I got that part straightened out. Now, like I said, I do use Straight Talk for my phone service, so I was able to call because Straight Talk, and I'm not sure if this works with all service providers in the US or only certain ones, but I have my Straight Talk, and if I'm near Wi Fi, like here, I turn on Wi Fi calling on my phone and then I can use my phone just like I'm in the United States. I can make phone calls, I can receive phone calls, I can text and receive text. So that came in really handy. I didn't know that when I first got here and I found it by accident. So at least I have phone connection. Otherwise, if you can't do that, you can, if you have somebody in the United States, like with a family member I do have backup plan with a WhatsApp. Well, we can make video calls or text or whatever. Now, the next problem I ran into this month, I got paid early before the first, and I use a transfer program called Remitly, and I do it with my debit card because using my debit card, it'll go straight into a bank account here from the U.S. and only cost me $1.99, and it's immediate. Or if I use a credit card, they charge a hefty fee. Or if you do direct from your bank account, it's a larger fee, plus it can take days. So the credit card is the best option, or the debit card, I'm sorry. Now I have my money I use Remitly to deposit it in my girlfriend's bank account originally, and I trust her. You have to do if you're going to do this. You have to really trust the person you're doing it with, and I can trust her. She opened another account because I can't because my ACR card and everything says I'm a tourist here, so they won't let me open a bank account. So she opened a bank account, extra one, gave me the debit card. I made the PIN number and everything, so it's like my bank account. It's just in her name, so that gives me access to everything. So I want to make the deposit, and during their upgrade, my bank decided they was going to send out new debit cards because they found a different provider for their debit cards apparently. Well, without even telling us, they canceled the old ones. So this card is no good anymore. I want to make my bank transfer, and all of a sudden, this card's no good. So I call my bank, and they said, "Well, we mailed you a card." And before this, I called my brother-in-law or texted him and asked him if I had a card at his house because I have my mail forwarded to his house. That way, if I get anything important, he can alert me, send a picture of it, forward it to me, whatever I need. No card. The post office had put it return the sender to the bank. So no access to any debit card. So what the bank agreed to do, they say they're sending me a new card, Express, 2-day Express. That was 3 days ago. I haven't seen a card, and I don't know if I ever will because getting mail here in the Philippines is not like the United States, and I tried to explain that to them. Also, they wire transferred the money to the bank account information that I gave them here. My account under my girlfriend's name here gave them all that information. They wire transferred my money, and it got here 24 hours later. It showed up in the account, and they waived the $55 fee because usually it's a $55 fee to transfer money from my bank to another bank. So they did that for me. They got that worked out for me. And I always do keep a backup plan. Now, I do have another bank account in the United States that has enough money to get me by an emergency if I need it, and I can access that online. I do have a debit card for that, but I try never to use that. So it's always good to have a plan B. If you're coming over here, make sure that you have two or three different options to get your money. I do have a credit card. I can transfer money through that way through Remitty, but like I said, it costs more and it takes longer. Or I can use it to withdraw money from a machine. Now the machines here, if they do have like this card, they have the Mastercard Visa symbol on them. I can withdraw money for this card when it was working directly from the bank at the bank exchange rate, which is actually better than what you would get through Remitly. Remitly charges about 2 pesos for every dollar. So say if like the other day when I got my money, the exchange rate was 56, Remitly would have given me 54 pesos per dollar. So if I use this card at the bank, I get the full 56 pesos per dollar if I go to an ATM. Problem is here this time it's a holiday here. Easter holiday stretches out for 4 or 5 days, something like that. And I finally went to the bank, an ATM, found one that was working, checked the deposit. It had went in, but I could not withdraw money because the machine was out of money. Being a holiday, the machine was out of money. So about the third machine we found had some cash, and I got out enough cash to get me through the holiday weekend. So always have yourself a backup plan. Also, if you're coming here, I wouldn't bring a whole lot of cash. What I do it usually is I'll bring enough cash to get me by for a little bit, and then use transfer the money either to myself, cash withdrawal, or into the bank account or whatever, because they like brand new $100 bills. If they have a crease, a pinhole, or anything, they will not take it. So be aware of that if you're coming here with money. Don't bring old money with you because they won't take it. That's another reason I opened an extra bank account, to put that money in to transfer here. Get what you can, or get you enough to make your trip here. You can exchange that, make sure it's good, clean $100 bills, no folds, nothing. Also, what I did was I did that, got here, and then transferred my money into a bank account, or I just use my card and withdraw from an ATM, whatever I need. There are charges at the ATMs just like America. So be aware of that. Have yourself a plan B. Uh, if you can trust somebody to open an account for you, if you're going to be here for a long term, do that. But be very sure you can trust them. Uh, some banks, check around the banks. I only check with BDO, the bank that's easiest access where I'm at, and the one that you can find anywhere in the country. You can find an ATM for them or a branch. But they would not allow me to open an account because my ACR card says tourist on it. So if you're going to be here on a different type of visa, immigrant visa, whatever, that's probably a different story. But if you're here on tourist visa, even if you extend it 6 months, a year, or whatever, if you're here a year, they the BDO that I went to would not let me open an account because of tourists. So be aware of that. And if you know of a good money transfer service like Remitly that doesn't have a ton of charges and gives a decent exchange rate, let me know. I'm always looking for options and always looking for a plan B. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.